Hello.
Hey,
Welcome, everybody.
I always wait and pause to let you go say the hello, and then I get going and you still cut me off. What else is new? Hey,
It's what I do.
everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Welcome. Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Hi, everybody.
We're
Good-
coming at you from a different perspective.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. It's just showing my clutter corner. Oh my God, even part of my desk. That's terrible.
exactly why I did it.
It's trying to shame me. It's working.
Oh.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, hey, everybody. I hope everybody had a great week last week. We're sorry we were gone. We're glad to be back. Very happy to be back and reading again for our Tarot Tribe.
Exactly.
All right. We had a great time. As a matter of fact, I'm about to use a deck for the collective that I bought there. So this is an Oracle deck. It's womenocentric, but I think the messages can translate to everyone. And this is Women's History Month in the U.S., so I'm in honor of that using this deck. And it is called Witch, Woman in Total Control of Herself. So we could say person, well, we can't say person, W, something with a W. It was people in total control of themselves. Let's do that.
Happy Sunday.
Himself. The backs of the cards are really beautiful as well. It's got some little sparklies on it.
So it is great to be back, and I think my camera view just sort of has a more relaxed attitude about it, you know. And just sort
Yes, we're
there
very
it is.
relaxed here.
It was good to get away, but it's better to come back.
And get back to the clutter. Let's see what I've got here. Wow, that's an interesting one. I wonder what that's going to be. Number 26. I think they're all read up right. Show the back of that card too. It's very pretty. Very pretty. Shiny moon. As I try to find it. Priestess of Original Innocence. Even though much thought has gone into convincing you of your original sin as a means of keeping you small and disempowered, it's innocence that keeps pace with you, like an invisible companion, hoping someday to be noticed and loved. Original innocence is your birthright. All you have to do is look at a newborn to understand this. We don't love the baby because of what it has accomplished, and we don't shame the baby for making messes or being loud or inconveniencing us. The child is treasure, as is. Nothing but beingness required. Wow, isn't that beautiful? What a nice message so far. Sorry, trying to get to the right page. These pages are a little stiff. A woman in total control of herself knows her innocence is her most foundational nature, and indulges the arms that gentle awareness around her, holding her in its loving embrace. Now is the time to let go of any shaming thoughts, anguish should-haves, or weighty doubts. You're being asked to transform the perpetual thought, "What is wrong with me?" into "What is in the way of my experiencing my innocence right now?" You are treasure as is. Wrap that truth around you in this moment. Wow, what a beautiful...
You know what's really cool about this?
What?
I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
Because it reminds me of the Lenormand bear, which is also a metaphor or, you know, kind of analog for female empowerment. You know, mama bear.
You know,
Don't you think?
yeah, I'm looking at your camera angle and my lights aren't showing much at all. Am I right? I don't see the tree. I don't see. I'm trying to get it in the picture.
Don't be a humbug.
Well, I'm kind of humbugged about it. That's why I put this beautiful crystal
Well,
out
look,
here.
there it is. It's
Yay!
just subtle. That's all. It's
Okay.
just subtle. When I turn it on here, it's there, but it's just a little
Oh,
small
there it is.
blob.
Ah.
Just like we are small blobs.
Well, it is true that we.
Okay, you want me to bring the camera on over here?
No.
I can do that.
No. We have, this mark of this original sin thing, but it's not true.
You do.
No. You were baptized, weren't you?
They didn't know what they were doing.
So the thing is, we are really innocent. We are born innocent, and I think the message of this card, in a sense, is to maintain that innocence, that sense of, childlike wonder, and also that your missteps, these steps along the way, are just learning experiences, all of it, that help us grow more and more each day. All right, that's what I have for the collective. Good luck with that.
All right.
Hi, SP. All right.
Do you want me to do the first one?
Yeah, sure. What's
All
the
right.
first one?
So it's
Libra?
Libra cusp. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Princesses. And what are MJB's feelings for me?
GSP, I was hoping you'd have better news to share, that it actually happened. But somehow, because of our cards for you, I'm not surprised it hasn't happened yet. Still was kind of wishy-washy, if I recall.
All right. Okay. So first card is the upright Four of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the reversed Queen of Cups. My cards are messed up.
Hmm.
And then the upright Six of Wands.
That's really interesting. Here, when you...
No, I can show them. It's better now. The anchor. And the clock.
All right. Well, Libra, so what are their feelings towards you? I think they have very, how do I want to say this? They have very covetous feelings towards you, Libra. I don't know if this is a romantic reading or otherwise, but they think you are a person they value, in some way. And, one could say if it wasn't a romantic reading, that they want to possess you. Oh, but they may also find at times that you are a bit moody and unpredictable romantically. That's the Queen of Cups reversed, right? And so I feel here that maybe sometimes they feel you're a little bit closed from them, and they really are trying to get through. And I feel here that their feelings towards you is they want to support you. They want to be, they value you so highly. They want to support what you want and what you do. I really feel that they seem to be in your court. They're almost like a fan of, the things you do, what you accomplish. They're like your cheerleaders. Your cheerleader.
Well, I wonder if in some ways that maybe they're overly possessive or they're overly covetous, that maybe the Six of Wands says that they're putting you on a pedestal in a way because of those other cards, you know. And so maybe there's a bit of projection going on, like maybe they're projecting a lot of themselves onto you, the sense of how much they feel they might need you. But I do feel that their feelings do show kind of what Banshee said. You know, there's a sense of, you know, value placed on you, but is it to the point where maybe they feel, you know, you belong to them on certain terms, or that you know, there's some sort of, you know, ownership kind of thing going on there. The Queen of Cups, I don't know if that's you, that maybe that's them. Maybe a person that has that kind of view of a relationship, maybe they're the one that emotionally is a little bit, you know, insecure in some ways.
Well, maybe they're insecure in showing their emotions. I wouldn't rule that out. You know, the Lenormand is really interesting to me because it indicates to me that I feel like their feelings about you are going to become more stable and secure over time, for whatever that means, Libra. I mean, that could be good, they could be bad. They could get really tied into their feelings for you. But considering where things are right now, I think that's a good thing. I think that, you know, that this will seem to be more a stabilizing force in your life, like you can rely on what you're feeling about how they feel about you.
Yes, even though I feel that way, that maybe, you know, there's a little bit of emotional immaturity or something, maybe. I do think that over time things kind of, you know, settle down. You know, the anchor kind of stabilizes the position. So I think that's what we have for you, Libra.
All right, that's what we have for you. Yes, good luck with that.
All right.
Take those, thank you. We're using Cyril Marchetti Lenormands today. I'm using his Gilded Reverie Expanded Lenormand, and Mr. O is using
You're welcome, Libra.
the Lustrous Lenormand. Okay, Lena, a spirit reading for the next 3 months. Well, all right, Lena.
All right.
I'm going to use the Tarot of Curious Creatures. I have the same decks as last week, but I've been hauling out decks, bringing down some of different Oracle themed decks, you know, more maybe seasonal, and bringing back some of my Denise Lynn decks, probably some of my Colette Baron Reed decks at some point for the Oracles. And looking at some fairy and different types of tarot for the season.
And I brought some different decks out, but I didn't list them for view in the chat weight room. So just a few different things.
Well, I'm using last week's now, but I'm going to be swapping out some next week. So stay tuned for that. But I like this Tarot of Curious Creatures, and I haven't used it much. So give this a go. It's by Chris Ann. Well, we have the Page of Swords upright. That's cute. We have the Three of Pentacles, but it's reversed. Oh, and we have the Eight of Cups reversed. What you got to go with that, Mr. O?
Is that the ship? 3?
Yep.
The ship. And the fox.
Huh. Spirit reading for the next 3 months. I feel as though, Lena, in the next 3 months, Spirit wants you to focus on how you communicate with others, How are you communicating effectively? Do people really understand what it is you want or are asking for, or proposing, or what your ideas are if you're trying to sell an idea to somebody? It's really important to try to, and also to try to listen to others, because it seems as though there seems to be a disconnect with others right now. Everybody is not working together on the same page. Maybe there's some people who want to help and assist you, Spirit is saying, but unless you're very clear, and maybe this is even Spirit saying this to you, Lena, that, if there's something you desire of them, you need to be very clear about it. You need to be very clear about what it is, because not everybody is operating on the same page here. So either in the spirit realm or in your real world, this is the case. And, oh gosh, what is that again? I'm forgetting.
That's the reversed Eight of Cups.
Yes, the Eight of Cups. And so what it might mean is that there's no forward movement for you or growth until you truly can define more what it is you need, what it is you're looking for.
I like a lot of what Banshee said. I think there's this idea here that it's not only just about the communication, I think it's also really about presentation, that sometimes it's just, people are looking for an image that goes along with how you're expressing things. And so some of that could be these other concepts here. The Three of Pentacles reversed, maybe indicating that to some degree you have to remember to give other people a little bit of their just due if they're a team involvement there, or to also look to them, to rely on them to actually, be accountable, or not necessarily accountable, but able to give you some advice, be a part of the team. This card to me says that maybe your tendency is to do some things alone, and then that makes you have to backtrack to maybe make corrections or to redefine something perhaps. So I like the sense of movement, and then I see it with the ship too. I think it's just saying really make clever moves, investigate things. Like I said before, don't disconsider what other people might be saying that might be involved in the same thing with you.
It's interesting to me because I think this is exactly what Spirit wants you to do. It's thinking clever, being smart, and also communicating, with intent, with smart, wise intent. Sometimes we ask the universe for things, we ask Spirit for things, or we do things and, we say things on this planet. We don't exactly delineate exactly what we're looking for. As a librarian, we often used to get questions from people who just couldn't quite form their questions right. So we have to in turn kind of ask questions back or make sure we're understanding. And even as tarot readers, we do that sometimes because we're not very clear on what it is you're looking for. So that's what Spirit wants you to do, to be very clear with your intent right now. Think smart and make your moves accordingly. Make smart maneuvers and moves based on what it is you truly desire.
Okay.
All right, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I like this deck, though. I do. I should use it more.
Yeah, I like the pictures.
It's cute.
So it's V.
It is V.
What will my Leo's next action towards me be?
Right.
He blocked and ghosted again. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. And this is the sports person, right?
Yeah, I think so.
GV. And it almost seems like our cards give a lot of hope, but yet they do tend to wax hot and cold for you in this situation, too. I just don't get it. All right.
So I'm going to use my Star Spinner Tarot. It's a little Nouveau or Nouveau. Just the regular 3 cards?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to have to think about that. What do you got?
All right. It's the Reverse Tower. Yow.
Oh, man.
That's not very nice or good.
Well, this is about what their next actions will be. We'll talk.
It's the Reversed Hanged Man. Sheesh. And then it is the Upright 3 of Coins, which is interesting.
Well, which is interesting. Here, let's throw this out there for your perusal.
And it's the dice. And the bridge.
Yes.
And the bridge.
Wow, V.
I'm thinking of that Led Zeppelin song. Have you seen the bridge?
You know, V, some people are really hard to learn their lessons. It looks as though you ask what their next actions would be towards you. I think it's sort of exactly what they're doing right now. They really haven't learned from their past mistakes, have they? Have you felt really good about them ghosting and blocking you? Have you talked to them about that? I'm sure you have. Yet, they're not taking it in, and it seems like they're repeating the cycle over and over again.
It's not good. It sort of seems, that there's something going on that maybe talks about a lack of trust or a lack of a real sense of where you should be synchronized.
And
they can't do it.
And it seems as if they're unwilling to make any concessions or sacrifices, to appease the situation. They know what they want to do, and they're shutting out, what maybe you want or what you're bringing to the table. They just have their own perspective on how they want things to go, and that's it.
But the puzzle is the 3 of Coins. I'm not really sure how that fits in.
Well, I think what it's saying is that basically you've got some odds against you here in order to make, and this is it. Maybe he's looking at it this way too. He's got a lot of things that just are not, he may think that this relationship's going to work out despite everything he's doing. I mean, that's possible, but I think here he's also at the point now of thinking, well, it's a lot of work to try to get on the same page with you, and I'm not sure that they're necessarily willing to do it. I think it's possible, but this behavior has to change. I'm not seeing it happen yet.
Well, sometimes for me, when I see the full reverse,
That's not
the Hanged Man reverse, I think that it's a person who is fooling themselves. That's why I was thinking that they're sort of in denial in a way. They're not really seeing what they should do, and they sort of feel it should be the opposite or something like that.
Sometimes the Hanged Man, Mr. O, even reversed, is it not about ego? And clearly sports person, they have this big ego. It's like you said, you don't know what might be happening when they're on the road, with the sports teams, etc. So it's almost as if ego is stop blocking them from seeing the truth they need to see here in their actions.
Well, see, in the context of this reading, I think of the 3 of Coins as the idea of adhering to a plan or understanding there's a plan, there's a protocol. And so I'm wondering if this is saying in part of his intentions, this is his plan, is to sort of play it semi-non-committal, or, I'm going to ghost you now for a while, but then when I'm not ghosting you, then I expect us,
You'll be there for me. You'll be part of the team. And I just, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, on one hand, I could say maybe ultimately, if they ever get around to seeing the light of the situation, they could come around. But also, I can't help but wonder here if this isn't a message for you that you have to take the lead in this some way or another. And I know he's ghosted you, but maybe it's just that you have to say it's time to put up or shut up. It's time to stop this behavior, or it's time to not be a team anymore.
Is this saying that there's this bridge or way towards taking this chance of doing that?
I think achieving détente, so to speak, is kind of risky. I mean, it may work, it may not work. I think there's risks attached for, and also it's almost as if it's a toss of the dice here as to whether you will achieve or he will achieve, some kind of compromise with you. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's having problems reconciling that. He doesn't want to take the risk or chance of getting too close, It's possible that's why he puts this barrier up here, that he allows the bridge to crumble. Lots to think about there, V. I'm not sure if we totally help, but we gave you some things to definitely think about there. I
That's
think.
an interesting thought, Violet. I don't know that's exactly it, but I could sort of see there the sense of something uncertain, maybe.
Yeah, I think the dice are semi-neutral card, but leaning with, it's more like gambling. It's more like a risk. You're definitely just throwing the dice on something. But that's not to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, depending on circumstances. But in this case, V, you be the judge. I just don't know how much you want to keep going through that.
It's
That must
interesting.
be rough.
You mentioned it too, Violet, because I sort of felt a synergy between the reverse tower and that bridge. I wasn't sure what that was, but I sort of felt like there was a resonance of some sort there. I just didn't want to say what it was, I guess.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, V. We're in Divine Empress Aries, and I think she
No,
wanted
it's
to
Divine
know if
Universe.
she's going to get a job offer next week or the week following.
No, it's Divine Universe.
No, I thought it was Divine Empress. Whoops.
Violet?
Oh! Divine Empress is later. I'm sorry, it's Divine Universe. Hi, Divine U. Sorry. What's
And
wrong
so
with
now-
my list? Zen, Lilith, SP, Flower.
How is my next 3 months look in every aspect? So that's, of course, because you're moving to India, and so you want to know about your career
can
and
you
your home life and
stop
your,
a minute?
what?
What happened to Siama? Is Siama here?
They just came, so they're the last on the list, actually.
Oh, my list is way down here. Okay.
You're having a problem here.
Oh, and you know what? It's this tablet. It does not seem to scroll all the time. Sorry about that.
Well, when you have a
Flower,
chance, Violet,
baby.
just restate the list. Yes, yeah, it was at the end. Thank you. God, your timing was perfect. Okay, so it's your deck for Divine. I know you did.
Fixing my list. And Siama. Got it. I got it. All right. So, what is the question again, please?
How
About India?
is Divine Universe's next 3 months going in every aspect?
Next 3 months. All right. Nice overview. Just trying to think of. Oh, use this one. Wait. the
Yeah, I
other-
get it. Don't worry, Violet.
I got it together here. Sorry.
Exactly, Zen. Go Violet.
Go Team Violet. All right, I'm using the Unfolding Path Tarot for this one. Sounds appropriate. All right. Ooh, divine. You have the sun. Upright.
That's nice.
Jeebus. You have the King of Wands. Upright.
Kind of like another version of the sun. That is nice.
And you have the Hierophant. Reversed. Well, I know, clearly India and your move there is nothing new for you, right? So, I mean, you that is your native country. So, I think here, the Hierophant intrigues me. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, did you want to throw out the Lenormand? Let's see what you have.
The mice.
Oh.
Victoria will be showing up any moment. And the rider. Right on.
All right, well, we'll talk about all of this. So, I think generally everything is going to be feeling so much lighter for you, Divine You. There is joy, there is happiness, there is a sense of success, a sense of harmony in your life that you haven't, and vitality returning. If you've been feeling, and I know you've been going through some stuff, emotionally, depression, etc., things are going to just feel so much lighter for you now, and you're going to feel really on top of things. You're going to feel like you are on top of your game. Whatever you want to do and accomplish, whatever you want to take the lead on, should go really well, and people are just going to be drawn to you, think in a big way. I'm going to hold off on the Hierophant for a minute.
This almost feels, the King of Wands, like you already have an idea about starting a business, starting a kind of business, or becoming a part of a business and at a leadership level, or some sort of upper management level. And in general, it sort of feels like maybe the opportunity actually comes to you, but it's at the right time, and you have the potential and or resources or stamina to do that. So that, of course, does lead us to the Hierophant reversed.
Well, the Hierophant reversed is about just taking now a completely different approach to things, to your life, maybe to the way you've done, to your work. Maybe you won't be working anymore if you've got enough saved away, scrolled away to do so. But to your work, to your life, to your lifestyle, it's almost as if it's kind of like out with the old you and in with the new you. But when I say that, it's really more up here with the way you're thinking and approaching things now.
Well, the Hierophant could be talking about the fact that as a woman who has been married, has had children, has journeyed around the world and been a part of bigger businesses and has come back, you maybe are sort of that kind of personality that doesn't conform to wherever you're at's interpretation of what you should be doing. And so you're going to be always considered maybe somebody who calls their own terms. And so I think you're going to be okay with that. I mean, you asked, like, what will the next 3 months bring? And I think it brings success in the move and acclimation to your new home. The idea of maybe beginning or becoming a part of a business. And the idea of really saying, I don't need to get married again, or I don't need to play a role that's traditional that somebody may expect of me. I can pretty much do what I want and be successful on my own terms. You can do that, Divine.
Now, that being said, this was for the 3 months and you wanted an overview of everything. When I look here at the rider and the mice, I will say that maybe the journey, the travel, the changing from one country back to, India, could present you with some stressors, some little glitches, some troubles. You have to remember, though, you got the mice. And the mice is not something that is lasting. And considering you even have, speaking of the sun, Considering you also have the sun in this reading, Divine, indicates to me that this is just temporary annoyances. So there might be some issues with, getting to India, the trip itself. There could even be maybe the move itself wears you down a bit. Sometimes the mice can be about a slight sick spell. Nothing major do I see here. Really, considering your other 3 cards, everything looks splendid. Everything looks great.
Indeed. So that's what we have for you.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Hi, Christina. We'll add you on the list.
Hi there.
Welcome. All right. Who is next? I think we're on Zen, I hope. I got my list right? Yes. Zen is up. I'll leave the cards for you, Mr. O. I do love this stack. I do.
All right, so Zen wanted a love reading. Okay. Let's see. That's on me. What deck will I use?
Do you have your,
No.
Oh,
The mermaids?
yeah.
No, I don't
Or
have
no,
that
the
one.
other one.
Final Rose or... No, I don't have those. I didn't bring
Well.
those today. But I have the Tarot of the Animal Lord, so I'm going to use that one.
Alrighty.
It's
Sonny was a very bad boy yesterday at my Material Matters reading. Sonny. He knocked over some of my, he spilled some of my water trying to jump on the table upstairs, which he is not supposed to do. Even though I left him a chair he could sit in right next to me, it wasn't good enough.
So how are we doing this reading? Just a regular 3 cards?
Is there any reason not to? Let's see.
Okay.
What was it again?
Well,
Just a love reading. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see what's out there if romance is in the cards.
Yes, he was very naughty. Ooh, a Siamese. That must be beautiful. Well, Sonny is our ginger, as you can see if you do see this. And he has 2 sisters. They're all from the same litter.
But they're all different.
But they're all different. One is totally black, long-haired, shadow. And then his other sister, Sassy's a lot like him with the patterns, but more of a brown or a gray, not really a ginger, of course.
Sonny is our unofficial therapy cat. He's always got to be in the show to brighten up everybody's mood.
Thank you,
Or just to
Zen.
get attention. You decide. Rascal.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute name. I like that, actually.
Well, our gray one is Sassy because Sassy is sassy.
All right, Zen. So here's your cards. The first card is the reversed Ace of Chalices. That's the Ace of Cups. The next card is the upright Two of Cups. Okay, maybe a story's here.
Maybe.
And then there's the Knave, which would be the Page of Pentacles.
Well, help if I
And
could
that's upright.
add to that story, right? Just give me a minute. So there's a
Okay.
Page of Pentacles here, too.
Sonny makes you smile. He makes us sneeze because his hair's kind of dry
We
and
have to
flies
brush
around.
him. He's shedding right now
He's
because it's
shedding.
starting to warm up here.
So bless us because we're sneezing.
I should have brought some cough drops. I don't know why I did not. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, look at this.
So the first Lenormand is the ring. That's nice.
Well, Zen, this is truly,
And
Interesting.
then the dog.
yeah.
Now, it's kind of interesting because I have a little bit of a vibe, but go on.
I
I'll
want
let
you to
start.
go ahead. Go ahead with your
All
vibe.
right.
Let's see.
Well, you asked about a love reading, and I sort of feel like that Ace of Cups may be saying that something just ended or something doesn't seem to be working out or something seems to have become not worth the trouble, so to speak. You know, something that just doesn't feel it. You've lost that loving feeling, as the song says. But on the other hand, there's this Two of Cups here, and that would seem to indicate that if it's not talking about that, there is some sort of strong, honest partnership. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's coming after that, or maybe it's the basis of that. Maybe that's saying that if there was something that wasn't working out, the underlying harmony is strong, though. Did you want to jump in?
Well, I'm of two minds with this reading,
Sure.
really, Zen. I think it could be good. I think it could be so-so. And I'm really thinking overall it'll be good, but will it end up being something romantic, or will it be more of a committed friendship, somebody that's just a very good
You jumped
companion?
to those, didn't you?
Well, I had to because of that ace of, we're starting with the Ace of Cups. So on the one hand, I could almost think maybe this is where you're at right now. You're not satisfied. You feel your cup is not fulfilled, that, you're looking for love right now that seems to be eluding you, and that maybe it's coming. Okay, I could say that. I could also say here that maybe a love is coming, somebody that you're very romantically interested in, somebody you think there's real chemistry with, but yet it seems like it might end up being more of a companionship for a while. But I'm
Could
leaning
it be
towards
that person, that Page of Pentacles?
I do think it could be the Page of Pentacles, but I also think that could be just a symbol here of something growing, something starting to grow. Because the Page of Pentacles can be about news, right? You could get it invited out. You could be asked out on a date. This could be the beginning of something. Whereas the beginning's kind of faltering. So, what's in the middle of that? What's in the middle of that is that Two of Cups. That's why I'm a little bit confounded here. So all I can say is if this really resonates with you now that you have not been satisfied, it looks like something might be coming your way and getting off the ground. I would say for now, commit to really getting to know this person and maybe take it, for what it is. Try to establish good friendship, or trust with this person. Commit to that process as opposed to jumping in and committing to wearing a ring right away. I don't think that's what this means here.
If this Knave of Pentacles is that new person, and I'm not totally sure, but it sort of feels that way, they may be somebody that is also committed in a sense of getting to know you better on a friendly basis, because there's a sense of exploration or curiosity about the Knave, the Page of Pentacles, and so maybe they want to just sort of get to know you more before they really decide or feel other feelings. I sort of feel like that's why they're by the dog there too, because the dog is about a loyal friend, somebody who maybe just wants to get to know you.
They could be an earth sign, and also, it might be a good thing, and maybe that's it too. They do want to move a little slower. Earth, the Pentacles are the slowest of the tarot cards. They're slow, they're deliberate, they do things thinking about it a lot and processing things first. So, I don't know, but it looks very promising, Zen. I hope something does open up for you fairly soon.
All right.
I wish you luck.
Good luck, son.
And I think we're on Lilith. Yes. A significant week ahead of me on 3 fronts: work, team sports, and this man who's been hot and cold on me. All 3 are interconnected. How do I navigate the week to achieve what I want? Wow. Work, team sports, and this man. And they're all interconnected. All right, let's
You're welcome, son.
Let's try to throw 3 cards and see what we get.
All right.
I wonder if should we focus one on work, one on team sports, and the man. They are all interconnected, though. Let's just see how they fall. Let's do that. Is it mine or yours?
It's yours.
It's my deck. Okay. Let me use.
So while she's doing it, I'll mention that, of course, we are on again Thursday at 7 p.m. Oh, thank you, Christina. And we're doing pretty much the same thing. Somewhere in between are our other shows.
Sunny.
My
okay.
Goth Tarot on Wednesdays, which looks at shadow issues of life. Why are we sad? What makes us sad? What makes us moody?
Right. I'm sorry. I have no room. No
Recently,
room to shuffle.
Thank you. Recently, the sun moved into Pisces, so we have a monthly modality message, which is an astrology sign. And, of course, other shows, too. But we're going to get back to the show now. Right?
Now that I can shuffle.
I'm sorry for you. Do you like that energy, too, Christina? We bicker.
I bicker with my cat, too. When he gets to be a little too much. A little too much.
He doesn't hang on me like that. He lets me pet him, but he won't come over here and crowd me out. I'm not sure why.
He's definitely Mama's boy here, I hate to say. All right, so I'm ready.
Okay. Lilith.
Well, it's the Knight of Fire reversed. Oh boy. And then I've got the Page of Earth reversed.
2 court cards. Those are beautiful.
It's a very tough week. You want to know how to navigate it. And it's the Six of Swords reversed.
Oh dear.
Oh, I know. I got to see what you pull.
I know.
Well, there are some challenges this week, most definitely. So I hope you're up for them. Lilith, right? Yeah.
The closer look and the ring.
Ooh.
So that's interesting.
It is interesting. I think here, I need my wand, Sonny. It's okay. Okay. You know, I think with the Knight of Wands reversed is you have to manage your energy levels. And, you know, if this is, I don't know if you said team sports. I don't know if you yourself are involved in team sports. If you are, or whatever the case may be, the energy level here is off a little bit. I feel as though either there's somebody trying to push too hard and it's failing. They might be taking reckless chances as opposed to, you know, good strategy in what they're doing. And so also with the with the man, with the hot and cold with the man, I would say here, try not to force issues at this time. Or if they are, don't allow them to, you know, just, especially if they are being hot and cold like this. I think it's best not to push things too fast, as we'll get into with the Page of Earth.
That Knight of Wands, that Knight of Fire reverse does look like somebody is being hot again, but I almost wonder if maybe they're like sort of being an interloper, like they're trying too hard to impress you, or if they're the reason why there's an intersectionality because they're kind of infringing on these areas that maybe more likely don't have to have that intersectionality. Just a curious thought there. The Page of Earth, that's the Page of Pentacles, and it's reversed. So once again, it may be somebody who's intellectually lazy too, in a way that they're not really understanding things, or they're kind of, you know, immature. They're refusing to understand things, and so once again, that could be somebody trying to, intersect that maybe doesn't understand boundaries.
Ooh. And so the page of earth. So, you talked about hot and cold, and, we kind of have it here. Somebody who's a little bit too hot, somebody who's a little bit too cold, maybe a little bit aloof, maybe somebody who, so I'm wondering here, because you're asking for advice too. So right here, I'm saying watch your energy levels and watch how you apply yourself at what you do. Strategy over force, and use your energy wisely. Pace yourself. I think the page here reversed though is also saying, don't allow competition to rattle you, to throw you off your game. Don't allow things, try not to allow it to stymie you, to stifle you, so that you make mistakes. I sort of see an interplay with this card as far as sports go. And since I'm more the athlete of us, I'm kind of putting that together with this. But as far as this other person goes and how you deal with them, like I said, I would really take it slow with this person because they are all over the place. They're on and they're off. They're up and they're down. And I think, you've got to just sort of see how this is going to play out over more time than just this next week.
I'm going to jump ahead to the Six of Swords reversed and indicate that if somebody is like sort of brash and maybe, sort of interfering in certain ways, and if you can't really focus them into a more mature action, or if you yourself feel like maybe you're pulling away, that's the indication from this one too, that maybe right now this week, as best as you can ignore this, if you can. I mean, I realize it may not be feasible to do that, but you're better off not engaging that energy right away. Maybe it's time for you to play cold.
Well, and maybe it's time for you to consider. I'm going to jump to the man again. If this is worth hanging on to or not, if things are going to change, I think you have to do some evaluation here, because right now it looks like status quo. Not much is changing here with this situation. And so you have to decide if that's really healthy for you or not. And now let's talk about a couple other things. As far as sports go, this might be a tough go for you this week, I have to say. I'm not going to say you may suffer a loss here, but I do think it's what you might want to do is, if there have been some things you have been struggling with recently as far as your skills go, you may want to revisit that and focus more attention on that part of your gameplay, okay? That part of it, because it needs some attention. I think, it could come to haunt you again this week. So that's that. That's the relationship. And I know we haven't tackled work yet. I'll get to that.
Well, I'm ready to move on to the Lenormand.
Oh, can I talk about work then first?
Fine.
I just want to say that at work, it just seems as though things aren't moving the way they should be. This may prove to be a rather frustrating week for you. You may be dealing with some people who are just not doing their fair share or into what they're doing. There may be some problems. There may be some friction. It just seems as though it's a rather stagnant week as far as that goes.
This pops to me as saying that maybe somebody doesn't feel like they're stimulated enough around you. Is that yourself? Or is it people you have to work with that they just don't feel like they have the imagination this weekend? And is it because maybe, this card indicates, that they're possibly lost some of their energy, they're floundering, that they're distracted by something else? It may be just time not to really press those issues with work, because maybe somebody needs to kind of recoup in certain ways.
So this is kind of really... for all of it. take a closer look at, the things you are committed to. All of these things are important to you next week: your work, this person, and, the sports. So I think I told you a couple things you need to look out for sports wise. With this person, too, you need to really take a closer look at where things have been going, if this person is really serious or not, and if this is a healthy situation for you. And as far as work goes, just take a closer look at what is going on here and causing the situation that is making things stagnate. Maybe there's something you can do to correct this or help it, help better the situation. Or, maybe it's time to decide, well, maybe I'm overthinking this, or I'm over worried about this, and I need to kind of just step back a little bit and let things play out at work as well.
Hi Shreya, we are planning to do your birthday reading on Thursday. It'll be earlier in the show, right after our opening card. Okay, I agree with Banshee here too, Lilith. I think that in all those considerations, you have to be really firm about seeing what it is you can find there. There may be clues there. I think that's why these have come up, is that there may be clues to how you interact with that person or those other situations, but they may not be apparent. This could also be saying too that maybe, there'll be some sort of symbolic sign that might come to you too, that if it looks that way, then it probably means that, somebody moving on or somebody moving closer, that kind of thing.
That's what we have for you, Lilith. Good luck with that.
All right, Lilith. Thanks for coming today.
And yes, it was you. We are on, I believe it's SP. Yep.
Oh, we're already on SP? Okay.
Yep. My question is, will I get green light from T for my relocation? I think we got to do a yes/no on this somehow. What do you think?
Sure. That'll be my deck.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot.
Okay. Huh.
What?
So it's leaning towards no.
Yes. It's leaning towards no.
It's not a definite no. So what do you have there? What are
That's the
those?
reverse Queen of Swords and the reverse King of Discs.
Well, even if it's no, I'm not sure it's no forever, SP, but you are
Right.
beginning to wonder, aren't you? And so am I, because it's been so long. The Queen of Swords here indicates either a negative decision or they just can't seem to make a decision, the right decision right now. The King of Pentacles to me just indicates a lot of bad management going on here. They're not handling this situation very well. That's the impression I get. It just seems to be a lot of mismanagement going on.
It almost feels like, just in terms of how they are badly handling this, that it just feels really harsh. It feels ineptitude, like, they don't really know how to run things. So it's leaning that way. There's only a smaller possibility that it might change. And, you're always welcome to ask again.
Oh, this was actually the first card I pulled.
Ah. Okay, so the anchor came up in Lenormand. And then, is that the ring again?
It's a star.
The star. Okay, so mostly what this speaks about is keeping your options hopeful, trying to maintain a sense of hope about this.
It might be that your destiny is anchored elsewhere. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out. With the star here and the anchor here, SP, or it could say your destiny is staying where you are, that maybe that's just why the decision has not come through yet. And so if you're unhappy with that, you're going to have to create your own, you're going to have to put your anchor somewhere else. But I also feel here, you could still try to maintain hope, but I really think that at some point you have to decide if this is really going to come through for you or not. I'm just surprised that nobody will tell you one way or another. If they are saying yes, that's one thing. But if they're saying, well, we're still deciding, that's another. So...
Right. There is maybe an idea of deception with that reverse Queen of Swords, but it's not very strong. It could be there.
So that's what the cards are leaning rather negative today to this. But I do think there's some hope here, and I don't know. And remember, it's not a definite no. But what it does say to me is there's still obstacles, there's still hoops to go through if this is really ever going to happen. So...
Hi, Divine.
I wish you luck with that.
We hope you enjoy your reading. All right.
Hey, Divine. Thanks, Violet. And Flower Beauty. Hey there. Will anything romantic happen between me and him? He's very distant right now. Okay. My deck, I think I'll bring out the mermaid. I just saw it too. Where'd you
You're
go?
very welcome, Divine. I hope you enjoyed. I think it was a really good reading. You should be happy with it. Love and hugs.
He's just cooing here.
Hello, boy.
Hear him?
No. It's too quiet for me today.
You just did it. You missed it.
It sounds more like an exhalation.
It's like a rumble in a way. No, it's really kind of a purr.
Good vibrations.
It's his way of purring.
Hello, boy.
All right.
So happy. Are you happy? Aww.
All right. So anything romantic between me and him? Well, you got the Page of Swords upright. Well, that looks pregnant with possibilities. It's the Seven of Pentacles upright. Cute, eh? And it's the Four of Pentacles upright. It's interesting because these aren't really, how would I say, very romantic cards, Flower Beauty, but there is romance to be had here. I kind of feel you're very distant right now. Are you communicating? Because if you're not, I feel it's essential to keep the lines of communication between you going. Keep it going. It would be good. I feel here that this is still a work in progress with the Seven of Pentacles here. Something wonderful could grow out of this and maybe not. It's almost as if time is involved here in some ways because, the Seven of Pentacles is about growth and a farmer growing crops. And they grow in their own way, in their own time, depending on how well they are nurtured. And I really think communication's a big part of it here.
A lot of times when I look at that Page of Swords, I don't feel those aspects so much as a sense of grace, a gracefulness and a diplomacy. And in other words, like it's sort of like emphasizing, correct behavior. And so sometimes when we are in long distance relationships, this really calls upon us to reflect those qualities of trust and grace and honesty, which I think are embodied with a Page of Swords. I'm going to throw these cards down.
Wait, which is that one again? I didn't say that.
That's the Four of Pentacles.
Yes. And so, go ahead.
I was
Lay
going to
those
throw
down first.
the Woman
Mm-hmm.
and the Well.
Cards. Be careful. The Woman and the Well. Well, so I didn't really comment about the Page of Pentacles, and I kind of feel here that there's some value here, with this relationship. I feel as though maybe in time, as you grow better communications with each other, that I feel this person will come around to feeling a sense of value to be had, in a relationship with you.
It really seems to go to this idea that you are in something that really is going to take a different kind of course, a slower growth. I'm not saying, that this is happening, but it's that idea really of gestation, of things sort of moving in a manner that has to have a maturation before they really are born. So in other words, there's a sense that maybe it's not really born, the full impact of the relationship, but there's growth there. And I think that Four of Pentacles could pertain to the situation itself, that there's a lot of things, the Four has a lot of meaning towards foundational things and things that sort of square up and fortify and protect and maybe build.
Looking at the Lenormand, wow. Well, it's an odd thing with the Well here. I almost feel that there is something worth the Well is interesting. There's something healing about this relationship. There's maybe the fact that this relationship will heal, or you feel that at some point that's happening. The Well can also be about, diving in for wisdom, diving deep. I think here too it could just be saying maybe there is really truly some depth to this relationship. There is a potential for that here. I think it's really going to need to develop over time. I really hope it's true. I hope that things will start to get closer. I know you say there is a distance, but that maybe things will start to, get closer as you communicate more with one another.
Well, the well itself has an obvious resonance towards the concept of a wishing well and the idea that maybe somehow a magic can happen or synergy can happen. So I feel this strongly with those final two cards, that as long as you are honestly feeling like you are both working towards this idea, and you can really feel like you have an investment with each other, something to work on, then it will be. But it may take a while to gestate. And I sort of like the idea of the water in this card and the
the
water
well.
that's implied in the well.
That's
And
nice.
there's a sort of a sense of a strength that just sort of is, that it doesn't have to build to a point, it just is. And this is a self-contained well. This is one that just moves, but it just has that strength with it. So I think that's the metaphors you can take with you too, that it just sort of moves on in its own way, neither over swelling or underswelling.
Interesting. Well, have to keep us posted.
Yes. So that's what we
Okay,
have for you,
Flower
Flower.
Beauty.
Good luck. Hey, baby. Hello, my baby. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Biddy wants, what message does my higher self have for me? Oh. You know, and that is the interesting part of this, Flower Beauty. I really feel, see, communication is the key. If communication gets cut off, that could, you know, turn everything around. So as long as you guys are communicating, there's hope. There's positivity. Maybe it'll just take time for them to come around. I said V, I meant Flower Beauty, right? Flower Beauty. All right. Okay, so Viddy wanted a spirit reading, right? Is that what I said? What message does my higher self have for me at the moment? Let's do my reading for that and your cards.
My cards. All right.
And look, I have shuffle space for the moment.
I'm going to use my
He'll be
Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot. It is a higher vibration. Thank
Unless
you, Boy
he's decided
Concept.
to go catch sun puddles upstairs.
Yes, we are blessed with our 3 kitties. They're all from the same litter. That one there is the one who likes to bop around the show, but occasionally the others will show up. Thank you. I hope it goes well too, Violet. I mean,
Divine.
Divine. Sorry.
Hey, you're very welcome, Divine. It really looks good. Don't worry about those mice because, you know, it would depend if there were more negative cards around it. And I do see the rider there, which the rider is about movement. So that's why I think it's the trip process itself. And once you get there, everything's going to be really good. Mice are only temporary annoyances.
So I'm doing your style for,
Yes.
all right. What message does my higher self have for me at this moment? And it's the 6 of Swords.
Ooh,
And
upright?
it's upright.
Ah.
So your higher self maybe says there's something you can be moving towards or away from. You could be moving
That's both,
towards
yeah.
a sense of serenity, or you could be moving from maybe a sense of some troubled waters. But your higher self says this is a move that you should consider making. This is a better move for you.
Right. You know, you need a little bit more peace and tranquility and calm in your life right now, according to your higher self. You need to do something that's right for you. You know, not for others, but what's right for you. You need to move away from conditions that aren't conducive to you. It could be a job. It could be maybe studies that just aren't panning out. It could be a relationship. It could be family. It could be any number of things. Just the environment you're living is bringing you down. Something you have to move away from, as your higher self is saying. Maybe even it could be a state of mind to something that's more peaceful, tranquil, and, you know, bringing more harmony and balance into your consciousness. So why is this important?
And it's the 8 of Coins.
Because I think you would feel so much more motivated to work on either the self or goals that you have, things that are really important to you that you want to put your time, your effort, your energy into, rather into something that is just not doing it for you?
It's almost like it's following a plan. You understand that this should move in this direction and that this will enable of you or entitle to you skills or other properties or things that you will be able to affect elsewhere in your life. And that's why it's important.
So where are things heading?
And it's, well, is that the world or is it the Fool? I guess it's both. Well, it's the Fool, isn't it?
It's the Fool.
Yeah. It's the Fool. I kind of like the way that they put the 22
It is
at the bottom.
definitely a progression here. Where would all of this lead you? It would lead you on a path of exploration, a path of adventure, of experiencing new things in life. Maybe it's time to let go of some of the old and take a chance on something new, exploring new terrain. I like it.
It's very fantastical, and I think what it's saying really is that you should dissuade yourself from what maybe has been holding you back. And some of that is probably other concerns that really interfere with the way you've tried to plan in your life. You've tried to be considerate of other things or situations, but really, this is a time for you to follow your own course. And now the Lenormand. And it's the sickle, or scythe, and it's the tower. And of course, we always like to say that the Lenormand's tower is not the same as Tarot's tower. They mean kind of two different things in a way.
Wow, this is really heavy stuff. So your higher self wants you to cut ties with things that could be limiting you, holding you in place. You know, the tower is kind of an isolated environment sometimes. And also, in Lenormand, it can be loneliness or putting barriers around yourself. This is a time to tear down those walls, as they say. But also, and you know, in a way that is similar to the Tower and the Tarot, but less a crisis situation. That's more of a crisis situation. Here, this is just like taking down walls you've erected around yourself to block this stuff out. Your higher self wants you to get more out of life right now. And so cut ties to whatever's holding you back. And I would add that this can also reflect a workplace or an institution of some sort. So if you're in school or if you're in you're in a job that is just not satisfactory, not doing it for you, maybe it's time to cut ties and move on.
There really is kind of a story here, and it seems to show that, you know, a part of you wants stability, but a part of you needs to grow more, move beyond, tackle some of the things that hold you back, that maybe, you know, you're sort of disguising from yourself in a way. But ultimately, you will go somewhere where fate determines that you have the best chance of really releasing yourself and being a free person.
The Fool has abs.
I know, I saw that. Yeah. Well, I think it's the artist's interpretation. He's an interesting person who did this deck, so yeah.
That's funny, Violet. Love that.
So that's
all right, so that's what we have for you, Viddy. Wow, it's an interesting, profound reading. Hope you get something out of that. Good luck with that. And we're on Divine Empress series.
Will I get a job offer sometime this week or next week?
That's the question I saw earlier. All right.
Okay. And it's your deck.
Yes, I almost feel like maybe we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. And I think what I want to do is just a yes-no first to see if you're going to get a job offer. And let's say it's definitely no. We may want to look at some of the circumstances surrounding that and do 3 cards. But let's do a yes-no for now and just see what it says. Will you get a job offer? in the next week or two.
If you missed it this morning, Banshee's Material Matter show is on. It's a unique show that goes to every single zodiac sign and gives you a quick run through what's going on with your finances, your economy, how you can find success. It's a very cool reading, and we like the format a lot. And hey, Sunny got in the act too. Say no more.
Around the Gemini Cancer readings, if you're interested. But really, he was there mostly for that first part of the show, and then he kind of wandered off finally, realizing he got himself into a little hot water. Although that wasn't hot water.
Believe it or not, tonight, well, that's wrong.
Yes.
Hold on.
We should have announced that at the beginning.
Oops.
Whoops. The unhappy hour will come out.
Tonight at 8 o'clock.
Oh, are we going to be in the chat?
Yes, we will.
Oh, okay. We're going to be in the chat again. These readings were very interesting. I'm not boasting. I just thought...
Folks, you ought to watch it tonight.
Yeah, they were very interesting. They're for the elemental signs of the zodiac. And then we do a world reading at the end. And all of them had some interesting things for people to consider. And we do this every fourth quarter moon. So the reading is good till the next fourth quarter moon, roughly a month.
Well, it mostly concerns what's going on during this fourth quarter phase.
Correct.
But and then there'll be another one next month. All right.
Correct.
Ooh.
All right, yes, no, let's see if we got a job interview.
Sure, Deeksha, we got room for you. You counting, right?
2, yep. They're hard though. Uh-oh, 3. Oh, didn't have to go far for that. 1, 2, 4. They're sticking together. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I don't know that we have to do any more other than to tell you some hopefully good news. You've got 3 aces, Sun, Empress, Aries. So I truly hope you really have done the legwork and you've had some job interviews and you're just waiting because look, you've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Ace of Wands, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and they're all upright. What do you got?
The dog and the moon.
Wow. I don't know if any of these job offers or places that you applied for maybe were a recommendation from a friend, or maybe somebody close to you has given you a recommendation for that job.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be taken seriously because the moon here is successful employment. So all of this fits together to sound like you're going to get a job. And I hope you have good news to tell us the next time you come. Because maybe it'll happen sooner than later.
And Violet's right. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
So, Sun Empress, it looks good. It looks like a totally positive yes.
Good luck with that.
I know you'll let us know. All right.
And if it's not a friend recommendation, that dog might be there to just say that you are going to be finding this a really good experience. It's maybe a workplace you can feel comfortable at, and I think it'll be a very friendly atmosphere. So good luck with that.
Okay, Siama, current feelings for Jobin and next actions. Thank you. All right. And I'm going to use my Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot.
Okay, we're on Siama, right?
Right.
Yes.
Current feelings for Jobin.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're using a tarot?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's my turn.
I'm using Lenormand. Almost forgot.
And we're moving through our list. Won't be long. Thank you, everybody, for coming today.
Thanks, everybody, for waiting. Who's at the bottom of the list. Sundays can be busy. Still, it was a little bit slow today.
Not as busy.
We're just getting back after taking a very rare week off. So, we had a convention to be at.
Okay.
All right.
Current feelings for Jobin. So, Queen of Wands reversed. The Fool upright. And Death. Major Arcana 13.
Upright, too.
Upright.
Well, let me see what I get here before we move
So
on.
you say the current feelings...
For Jobin? Towards you?
Yeah, that's what it are. And Mask. Very
I
interesting.
know.
So, Queen of Wands in this context could be a little bit interesting here. It sort of indicates maybe somebody who has a little bit of an anger issue at times, or might have a hot temper. Maybe they think that way about you, or maybe they're back and forth with their feelings for you, that sometimes they really are focused towards you, and then sometimes they don't feel as hot for you.
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting too, since it is about their current feelings, that maybe they have some issues in expressing, themselves romantically. It's not like the Queen of Wands is a cold fish, because they are far from it.
Right.
But I think that maybe as far as expressing themselves right now goes, they're shying away from it for some reason. And I'm not sure why. Are they afraid to take a risk and, go all out? Are they afraid that it might change the nature of, their life right now too much, too quick, too soon? I just wonder here with the Fool. The Fool is often about adventure and risk and taking that plunge. So there's this sense, in a way, I almost feel of, some mixed feelings here. They want to take a plunge, they want to make a change, but yet they feel hesitant. They're a little bit shying away from it.
They don't seem to have their full conviction here. So maybe there's something that bothers them, and either it is, about you, like Jobin is just hedging for some reason. Now, maybe we should look at the Lenormand.
Well, and it's interesting here too. Beware of their advances, and maybe they might give you gifts, or give you gifts of praise, make you feel good about yourself. But I almost feel like sometimes they're not showing their true nature to you. They're hiding behind a mask. And again, it might be because they're afraid of, committing to making a big change right now.
Oh, I sort of see that. So maybe they want to slow things down until they can be more sure. But it's kind of funny because they do have a sense about taking a chance.
I know. They're definitely on the fence, but I almost think it's just because they are reluctant to go all in right now for whatever reasons. Do they want to explore more relationships first? Do they want to, or are they just not sure of themselves and how you feel about them? It's something is holding them back.
You might want to try asking us again if this persists.
Good luck with that.
All right.
I hope that makes some sense.
And you're welcome, Divine Empress.
I hope something comes through,
It
Divine.
was
It's
really
looking
nice,
good.
so we're wishing you luck.
Yep. And Siama is up.
No, we just did see.
Oh, Siama. I'm sorry. Line through. Christina. Hi,
Will
Christina.
me and Charles work out romantically?
Okay. My deck?
Yes.
Well, I think I'm going to grab the Golden Girls.
Okay, good luck. We really hope you get something nice. It looks good though.
It did look really good. So, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping something pans out. You'll have to keep us posted.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina. Well, we're going to throw 3 cards first. If there's ambiguity, we'll do a yes/no on that.
All right. You're welcome.
2 of Swords is reversed. Wow. Wow. Justice is upright. It's interesting when those 2 cards come together. We'll talk about that. Wow. Saying that a lot in this reading. The Wheel of Fortune is upright. Jeez. You have 2 major arcana here. And let's see what Mr. O adds.
The birds and the house. So these are nice, I think.
We may have to do a yes/no, but I'm intrigued by this reading, Christina. I think that the 2 of Swords here indicates that something is going to change, or a decision is going to be made, a move is going to be made, something is going to become clearer now. If there has been a lack of clarity, some move or choice or decision is about to happen. And look, you have Justice upright here, which means, the scales are balancing. Things seem to be going, I get the feeling, harmoniously in a good direction. In other words, that things may work out romantically, or you will find a healthy balance between the 2 of you that you can work from. Whether it's let's just be friends now and see where it goes from here, or yes, we are really going to make a go of this.
I like this. A lot of times I think that the 2 of Swords sort of says you kind of come to a point of maybe realizing something or deciding something, and so now you're free to go ahead and act on that. It doesn't necessarily say anything like making the wrong decision necessarily. It says like maybe you're just ready to act on the knowledge or the feeling you have there. And it seems like...
Justice is also about a decision, right?
Right.
Usually in your favor, it's upright, and so I think that if you want things to work out romantically, it looks favorable. And not only that, let's take a look at that last card there,
The Wheel
Mr.
of
O.
Fortune.
It looks like things, the wheel is swinging in a positive direction right now. But remember, what goes up sometimes comes down. So there may be some bumps in this road, but I feel here that right now, things might be moving in a more positive direction for you both romantically.
Well, we didn't really ask when, but I think that this is just saying there's a cycle going on here. So this may not be super, super immediate, but I think this is saying it really is moving in that direction and will continue to. And then furthermore, we have, and hi Moonlight, thanks for joining us. I think we should probably close the list.
Victoria just popped in.
I saw Victoria too. Hi Victoria, you're so fun.
Yes, after Victoria, let's close the list, Violet.
So, house and birds.
Well, wait a minute. I wanted to say something about timing with the wheel quickly.
Okay.
Is that I feel here that with this, you talked about him saying he calls it baby steps. That may be what's at play here. The wheel is about cycles. So, everything in its time, everything in its place. But your cycle together is fairly high right now.
Oh, wow. So that's a commitment to go visit him that far away.
Yeah. Well, and let's look here. You've got the birds, which is interesting in communication in the home. I feel here I feel here that there may be, remember we talked about a move, a choice, a decision being made here? I think that's going to be communicated to you, and it's going to make you feel more comfortable and secure with where things stand right now.
Interesting. Well, you've been doing a bit of talking, and I can see.
So, did you get what I said there? And,
I'm sorry.
Well, I was combining it with the decision that's being made here, the move. I think it's going to be communicated soon in some way, and it's going to make you feel like you're in a more secure or comfortable place with this.
Interesting, and it kind of corresponds to something that Christina said.
Okay. I know the visit in 8 hours. Oh, we have talked about getting a house in the future. Wow. Well, and that's, again, that's talk about the house. So I think things seem to be moving in a good direction for you. I can't see too much of a problem. I don't see any problem right now in any of these cards. So if there have been problems, maybe things are now looking up and things are on the way to being worked out. Justice can be about compromise. Justice can be about finding that middle ground that everybody can live with and deal with. So there's that as well. It looks good.
It does.
I wish you luck with
So
that.
you're welcome. Thank you. And hey, Moonlight. Thank you.
Good to see you here, Moonlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so Void is up, and after that I have lost the list, Violet.
Yes.
So...
Victoria actually came before Moonlight, I think.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anybody else?
No, I think that's it.
Diksha. I thought so. Diksha?
Oh, you didn't get that one? Okay.
I did not get that one. Or Shreya.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. All right. So Shreya, Diksha, Victoria, Moonlight. Yeah, we got to stop. We got to close that list.
Right.
All
The
right.
list is closed.
Whew. Okay. So my turn with the Lenormand, right?
Uh-huh.
Take care, Christina. Thanks for joining us. All right. Question for Void asked, am I on the right track for what I desire in life? Am I doing the right things? Everything okay?
I'm just trying to pin.
Oh, the list is closed stuff. Yeah, got it.
Thank you.
That video was so adorable,
I did.
Victoria. And I have something similar. It's this wand thing that we put on a...
Hi, Claudia. No, wait,
Missed
that's
the
not
list
Claudia.
again, Claudia.
No, it's not Claudia. I'm sorry. It's my bad eyes. It's my bad eyes. It's Christina. I thought it said Claudia.
Christine. Sorry. You're welcome. Okay, never mind.
Ah,
Man, Mr. O, you're starting to get to me, and you interrupted me.
you interrupt me all the time.
At any rate, I was trying to say, Victoria, that disco light that you showed, that cute video of Toby to me, I have to say I have something similar. It's one of those red beams that kind of goes back and forth in different patterns for them. They do like it, but we really need to clear our hallway more to give them more room for them to play around. We've got some stuff in the way. All right, so did you get the question now, or do I have to repeat it? Void's question is, am I on the right track for what I desire in life? Am I doing the right things? And we just used my Golden Girls, so you get a deck of cards, please.
Already.
Trying to get you on track. Mr.
Okay.
O must be hungry.
Maybe. But for what? I'm going back to the Star Spinners Tarot. Are you on the right track? Our first card is the reversed Seven of Wands. Then it's the reversed Ten of Coins. Man, I hate that. And the reverse Two of Swords.
Two of Swords?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad. All right. So then in Lenormand we get the tree and the bridge.
You probably have been thinking about this for some time now, I think. Whether you truly are on the right track, are you doing the right thing? I think this has been a struggle for you. You maybe have felt that maybe there's some insurmountable odds going against you with what you're trying to accomplish or go for. And so you've been mulling whether this is worth your while. And the Ten of long term, and that's why I think the Ten of Pentacles is here. I think this is deciding, is it time now for you to change course or directions? And I think the good news is that you're finding your way here. You know, you've been thinking this for a while now. Maybe you've been thinking about this a bit too long. Sometimes we can fall into a pattern of overthinking. And what this might be saying, the Two of Swords reversed in this spot, is saying to me that you should probably now is the time to get off the fence and make a decision one way or another. I need to change course. What's wrong with trying something new anyway? You don't necessarily have to totally abandon the path you're on if that's what you're worried about, but maybe it's time for you to get off the fence and, hey, try something new and see if it sticks. Skip that stone in the water and see if it will glide.
A part of what has been holding you back maybe is a sense or feeling that some of these things are maybe their obligations or they feel like them or they're bonds that you don't want to necessarily break easily, but what is going on may be that you might have to make certain kind of moves or changes that would pull you away from that. And so that's challenging to you. You really want to take time to consider exactly how you are moving these changes.
So you're not necessarily on the wrong path, but then again, if you are struggling and you really feel that this is getting you nowhere, it's time to maybe test the waters on something else. The bridge is here to say you need to create, how do I want to say this? You need to create a bridge between your present conditions and trying something new. So in other words, don't abandon the baby with the bathwater. You should still, kind of keep 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. What does that remind you of? The star, Temperance, who has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water?
The star.
The star. And so don't tie your destiny to this one path right now. Try something new and see if that's where you need to be. It's all about growth, right? It's all about growth and finding a healthy balance here. We aren't meant to always remain in the same path, in the same place necessarily. Life is meant to be explored. So if you are feeling that wanderlust, maybe it's time to appease it in some way. But don't totally abandon where you are at. It may be something that you are meant to follow in this life, but it's not necessarily meant to be an easy path for you. Maybe it's meant to be a learning experience. Either way, we can only learn and grow by attempting things and possibly failing and moving on to something new.
Well, a lot of times we basically understand or feel these things and then we just look somewhere else for clarification or we ask somebody for clarification. And I think that's what you've done here. Mm-hmm. And I feel that there's a synergy between this card, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Tree card, because maybe it's not exactly family, but there's something that maybe has a sense of an obligation or bond for you that you don't want to easily
Let go of.
disregard.
Yeah.
But I think what you will find is that maybe the power there is that they would actually help you move on, or they would give you the strength to bridge, to move on there. And so it is about changing the path you think you're on. It is really about making a move to something where maybe you don't feel you have to defend that. You just feel you can make that move ahead.
So that's, gosh, I don't know that I can add anything else to this, Void, but very interesting reading, and it was a very good question. So
Yeah.
I hope this gives you more to
It
think
helped.
about. Well, and I should say and act upon now, because you've been doing the thinking already.
Yeah,
So.
it's now moving to the active phase.
Good luck with that.
All right, Floyd. Cool.
Shreya wants to ask about Mother's health. Okay, she is good, just sometimes I get tensed about her. Hey, that's understandable, and that's very nice that you care for your mom.
Thank you.
And okay, I'll get a deck. Let's use. No, I know you're here somewhere. The tarot
The headbutting.
at the end of the rainbow. Sassy's a real hard head butter. Out of all the cats, I mean, Shadow's kind of insistent at it, but Sassy will just, gosh, bump right into you, man.
Hard head.
With all her force. Good.
That
I'm
sounds.
glad,
That
boy.
sounds.
That's what we like to hear. Thank you. All right. We have the Four of Wands upright. Nice start. We have the Emperor upright.
Another 4.
Yeah, it's interesting. Uh-oh. Okay, a little bit of a burble here. The Five of Pentacles is upright. We'll talk about that. So, let's see what else.
Okay, the woman. This could be you, Shreya, or
Well,
maybe
your
it's your
mother.
mother.
You pick your mother.
And the bridge.
Bridge is coming up
The
a
bridge
lot.
has returned.
Well, you know, it's interesting me. I have a question for you, Shreya. If you're still here, is your mother alone? Is your mother living alone by chance? I'm just curious. If you answer, that's fine. If not, I'll extrapolate from there. But the Four of Wands is here, and I feel like your mother's in a good place right now. I think that things are going well. She's maybe done some things. I don't know if she's had some treatments or whatever the case may be that is helping her, or she is just she is doing the right things for herself right now. So she's in a pretty good place. She should be comfortable in her home environment, I feel, or where she's living. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to stop. Let's go card by card.
I think she has a really comfortable life. I think she feels provided for, and I think she feels, generally speaking, in charge and respected, sort of a sense of order. That's the synthesis between those two cards there.
Well, again, with the Emperor, I would just say that she seems very much in control of her own body, her own health. She seems to be doing right by it, managing it well. Think about an Emperor. They also put their heart behind this too. So I feel that they are doing a lot of good. It also may be that maybe there could be healthcare providers that are playing this emperor role, Shreya, that are giving her good advice, good health guidance and treatment plans, etc. So I think she's doing okay overall. But then we got to, did you say what you wanted to with the emperor?
Yes, I did.
So then we got to look at the elephant in the room here, which I feel is the Five of Pentacles. If she's living alone, she's got to watch herself as far as loneliness goes. Maybe she feels a little isolated, a little left out where she's at. Maybe she needs a little bit more activity, a community that she could belong to. Or what it might be saying to me is she needs to get out more. That's one thing I feel here would be very helpful to her health and well-being. Also, I can't rule out here the possibility that there might be a slight sick spell ahead. However, looking at these cards, I think it won't be anything really major that you have to worry about.
I'm not picking up the sick thing, but I think I can see why. I do feel like maybe there's just the sense that she misses you a little bit, and or you miss her, and so what you can do to connect to her would probably be important at this time. But overall, from the overall practical considerations, she's doing pretty well. She just needs more connection with you and or with other people.
And I think that's exactly what I wanted to say with this card is you need to just keep the connection open if you can't be close to her. But if you can visit on occasion, that would probably be very much appreciated. She needs to, like I said, maybe eliminate any feelings of loneliness or isolation by getting involved in something. And if she can't get out, like for example, if she is a little bit immobile or, she's rural or in some place that's far removed from, communities and groups, she should try to connect virtually then with family or with others to keep just that, sense of belonging alive. That's what we have for you. I think it's a pretty good read. Good luck with that.
And thank you for your very kind words, Void Concept. Really appreciate that. That was very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming and, supporting us here with those kind words. Thank you.
All right, so we are now on Diksha, and Diksha has asked career guidance. Will I get a job in 6 months? And I would like to do this as a yes or no.
Yeah, I think that would be right.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my Tarot of the Princesses.
And if not, well, we could try bringing out my timing deck and seeing how that goes. Oh, Violet Lotus, I don't even have you on my list.
Uh-oh. What's up with that?
No reading for you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Should have a 1, right?
I think so.
Oh boy. Why don't you pick a deck that's less ambiguous for a yes, no? There it is.
All right, well, it's not exactly a full yes from the card's point of view. It seems to be...
Let's go through those first.
Mostly like no, but what we have is we have the upright Ten of Cups, And then we also have 14 is temperance, right?
Correct.
Yes. Reversed.
Reversed.
So it's a little bit of a pull and take here in a way.
Well, I feel it may not happen as soon as you would like. Temperance is reversed. It's just as if things just seem out of balance. Like either you're not fitting the criteria for the jobs you're applying for, Diksha, or the jobs that you want to apply for are few and far between. There just seems to be some kind of uneven imbalance
A
going on.
mismatch.
A mismatch, possibly. But I feel like ultimately this will have a happy ending. I would like to think it could be within 6 months, but the cards are saying maybe not. So I think I wouldn't rule it out because it's not a definite no, but it seems like it is going to be a while yet. So it might take the full 6 months, but I do think this is going to have a happy ending.
So we are also seeing the ship, which is about travel,
Well, movement,
and the rider.
which is also about movement or news.
News.
And so I think news will be traveling to you. Could this be, I don't know if you're applying for jobs overseas, for example, or far from where you live. I almost feel like a move might be in order when this starts to happen for you. And maybe that's part of it too, is that, there may be something that will be a distance away from you and you may have to consider making a move to go for this job. It could also just indicate that things are going to start moving in your favor, because you also have that I'm combining that with the 10 of Cups here, but it seems like it's going to take time.
The Ten of Cups gives me a feeling that maybe something that maybe is more of a caring field might be my guidance for you in terms of career. So like soft subjects like either the nursing or counseling or in some way where you are assisting people or helping people in certain ways. So there may be different ways to look at that from, the career perspectives you have. You could be working at information desks or in areas where you maybe are communicating with people. A lot of this is about really those kind of ideas, because I also see that expressed through the rider and the ship, the idea of moving things along, and this could be information or guidance of its own. So good luck with that. We don't see that it's positively yes, but we're not going to rule it out.
Wow. Well, as far as the time frame goes, don't get your hopes up on this first one.
Within 2 weeks before the winter months.
So it could be 6 months or a little after.
Yeah.
So hopefully it could be just before winter sets in, like November or early December. Maybe fall. I can't rule it out, but it does seem like right now things just are not gelling for that. So good luck.
And maybe there needs to be preparation. Maybe some of this is saying that there is time for you to learn some skills or learn about a situation, where maybe you could apply to it.
Well, the good news is, Diksha, at least you didn't get this card. So it is possible this year. I wouldn't rule it out. And you know what? Don't let this discourage you. You just keep hammering away at it. Keep throwing out those resumes and seeing what sticks. You could speed up the process. Remember, it was not a definite no. It was a maybe no.
And that's the thing about asking time-related questions is that, you have to kind of build a little bit of wiggle room into that.
So good luck with that.
No, it won't be 5 years. It won't be 5 years.
Will not be 5 years.
No.
Happy to report.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so Victoria's next. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Degsha. Good luck. Keep at it. That's what I always say. All right, so are we on
Part-time
this?
second job. Wow, that sounds like a quickie, she says.
If you can, just a quickie, will I be able to find a part-time
Good morning.
second job soon? Oh, we could do a yes, no on that. Good morning. Okay, Victoria. I want to have breakfast tonight for dinner. I do. So I'm in. Oh my gosh. Should I tell them the evil I had? I'm not getting this again for a while. But maybe a birthday treat. I had cinnamon swirl French toast at this restaurant, thick pieces, 3 of them, with whipped cream and caramel drizzle and bacon bits throughout.
Bacon.
It was the most awesome thing I've eaten. And probably the most caloric. I will not have that today. But that was about, when did I have that? About a week ago? That was so awesome.
Yes, she's a big junkie for cinnamon moonlight.
Well, I am a cinnamonaholic, it's clear. But caramel, first off, I'm somebody, when I go to restaurants to eat, I usually don't get pancakes because they only serve them with syrup, and I don't like syrup. And so this caramel thing, I've been seeing it on the menu for some time. And I thought, I got to try this someday and see what it's about. I got to try it. Oh my gosh. It was awesome. Just awesome. Anyway, I digress from Victoria's reading, so it's my deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the Mystic Gnome deck. If I can find it. There it is. And so we're doing a yes, no?
Yes. No.
Maybe so. Love a good omelet. It's almost as if I don't eat omelets much. They seem too big for me, but you know what? I do like, sometimes I get a, oh gosh, what is it? Egg quesadilla in the morning. Egg and cheese quesadilla. Oh, so good. And it's green pepper in there, onions, put a little salsa on top of that thing, and it's really good.
Bam.
And it's got ham in it too. I did fail to mention that. Gee, I could almost get that today. Except I don't know, I kind of want the meal with the hash browns. So, think about it. What? Oh my God! Too bad. That card right before the 13th card was a 10 of Cups. But now I have to give you some sad news.
Oh.
But you have 2 aces, and they came up really quickly, Victoria. So it's leaning towards yes. Sadly, though, what came up with it is the 3 of Swords upright.
You're moving.
I don't know if that means you're moving.
Well,
What does your card say, though?
the cross
Okay. Oh my gosh.
and the mountain.
What? Well, you could get a part-time job soon, but this could cause some complications for you. The 3 of Swords and the cross, they're all about sorrow and grief. Which I can't understand what this means. It may upset your world in some way to do this. Maybe you're just going to be too much for you to take on right now, and it's going to cause you more grief than it's worth. And there are obstacles here. There's definitely some obstacles associated with this. Maybe finding time to live life in between. For example, I'm not sure. Go on.
I have this feeling that this involves, while it's leaning towards just the consideration is whether or not it removes you from something you really like,
Oh, yeah.
whether it's a situation if you want to move, but something may remove you from a situation you really like. You might have to make a choice.
I mean, it just sounds like burdensome in a way and more long term. And also, okay, it would be a down payment for a place. I get that. You're really trying. And it's like one of our other followers who hasn't been around for a little bit, Mr. M. He for a long time has been trying to get caught up with things. So I understand you got to do what you've got to do, but be prepared for a little bit of a world of hurt here in the process. Hey, no pain, no gain, as they say.
Right. You'll need, some other kind of sense of how to do that, a sign or some sort or other, kind of way of arising at that.
Yeah.
Or when it comes to you, you'll know. When it comes to you, you'll know what you'll need to do.
Well, good luck with that, Ms. Victoria. I hope it works out. But at any rate, it looks like it's possible it could happen. It'll be tough. All right. The gnomes have spoken. I'll take those. Thank you. It's such a cute little deck. I like it.
So we're on Moonlight.
We're on Moonlight.
A general reading.
All right. Well, Victoria, I'm getting serious about trying to get another book out quickly on Amazon that I think I'll be able to format better than that darn haiku one that's been making a mess of things. I think this one will work, and I think the graphics will be acceptable, and it's going to be one of my tarot spread books. I have a number of... I'm going to compartmentalize my spreads into different subject areas to put out different books, for different types of readings. So I'm going to start working on that more sincerely now. And I can use very, very generic graphics for this, so I think it's going to work out very well. All right. And I've got material, but now, of course, I got to format it. And I think I can do it. And I think I can get away with using Canva for this one and make it work with Amazon. Although, I may just want to do it in Pages. It might just be easier for me to do it there right from the get-go. Or Word.
General reading.
Anywho, okay. General reading. Let's do it.
Right. It's the Wheel of Fortune.
Upright?
It's reversed.
Okay.
Ew.
Boo to that.
It's the Sun upright.
Yay to that. Wow, how interesting.
And it's the Hierophant upright.
Ah.
And I've never noticed this before, but there's these two keys at the bottom, which is kind of interesting.
Well, Mr. O, let me put these out, but just judging from the way this all looks, does it not look like a little progression going on here?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what the Lenormand has. Let's see.
And our tower, Lenormand's tower.
It's kind of interesting with the Hierophant.
Uh-huh.
The
And
closer look.
The Looking Glass.
Yes. Well, I know this is a general reading. There could be more than one thing going on here, but I really think the three cards kind of tell a story. I don't know if you've been feeling like maybe lately, Moonlight, that things have not been totally going your way. There may have been some bumps in the road. You may have felt that luck was kind of not on your side. Personally, I really feel like this is changing now. I know this is where things have been, but this is followed by the sun. So to me, it's almost sounding like entering out of a period of some bad luck or misfortune, some missteps of some sort, into a time of more happiness, light returning, vitality returning, just seeming that things are now going right again.
Well, I sort of think like I'm feeling a paradox with these cards because I'm sort of
I
feeling.
wondered if you were going to do that because I felt that too.
Because I'm feeling that reversed wheel maybe feels like you thought or you sensed or you felt these currents that were bad luck, but then they somehow turned around to be unexpected good luck. Like they somehow reversed themselves, or they just weren't the bad luck you were expecting. Something good actually did happen out of that. And it could only be as simple as maybe finding out knowledge, finding out, sending light into an area that you didn't quite understand, something that you felt you needed to understand it more. That coincides with the closer look Lenormand card too, being able to understand something better than you were.
Well, getting back to my worldview of things, what is that card again, Mr. O?
The Hierophant.
That's right, the Hierophant. I feel that with what I said here, leaving a period of some bad luck or misfortune or missteps, things now seeming to get on path to rightness. It's almost as if success or victory or a sense of everything is flowing in the right direction now is leading to a time of real stability and grounding for you where you're able to really find your center now. And it's looking good. I think that you maybe ought to take a closer look at where things stand right now. I think you're in a very positive spot. And this could be relating to either work, this could be relating to just yourself.
Another paradox, of course, to me in all of this is this Hierophant with the two keys there. Maybe this is saying really that at this point there still are two viable ways to do things in this matter or with some other matter, two ways to kind of find a key to a question you've had. So I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe it's saying too that just you can't go wrong, that either way you go will be right. And the looking glass sort of illuminates the idea of what was possibly isolating you, that if any of this was about you closing off possibilities or not seeing possibilities, that's what it's going to address, the idea that you didn't realize these things, but now you will.
Hey, whatever resonates, Moonlight, you've got two different kind of angles here. I like what he said. It's rather interesting. The sun does have that quality of illumination as well, so I can almost see why he paired those together. I could almost see with my reading why I'm pairing the Hierophant with the Tower. The Tower is a very stable structure. It's tall, it's well built, it's solid, and the Hierophant is like that too. So that's why I went with the stability angle and the approach that I took. But whatever resonates, take it and run with it, and I wish you luck with that. Very interesting readings today, I think, overall.
Not bad.
Wow, I feel, Thursday's readings are okay for people we did, but I really feel like the cards were very, responsive today. In a good way. So, good luck with that. We are on Violet and Kara. The reason you can't think straight is because Sonny is not here right now. He was here earlier, and he decided to fly the coop for sunnier places. He's probably sitting in the sun somewhere getting some bright light.
He's not down here.
Oh, I'm sure he's up there where it's probably really coming through the window. All right, well, we're going to move on to Violet Lotus and end the show. We are late, so we're going to get going here.
Yeah, I have some work to do to get that other show uploaded tonight.
Right, but Kara, if you want to join us at the Unhappy Hour tonight, if you haven't had enough of us here, we'll be live in the chat tonight. It'll probably be coming out at 8 p.m.
8 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time. And the readings for those
Really good.
They were really interesting.
We were impressed.
Yeah. So like I said, this has been a real interesting, good day for readings. All right.
Okay, so Violet.
Let's see what we have for you, Violet Lotus. Guidance on my starseed mission for my Pleiadian star family, please. What is your mission, whether or not you choose to accept it? Is that mission impossible? Why, yes, it is. Oh, I'm shuffling the Lenormand too. Sorry. Let's grab you again. Well, since it's about your mission, I figure the Unfolding Path Tarot might be the way to go. All right, last one. Well, I think we're going to do my reading too. It makes sense. Your mission, why is it important? Where is this leading? My gosh. Are you ready to crack up, Violet? Let me just ask you, what do you think the first card I pulled was? I'm waiting. What do you think the first card I pulled was? No.
The star. Starseed. So.
Yeah, let's go with that first.
Okay.
Your mission is definitely to connect with these starseed people, and you definitely should really explore this connection and, what out of it you need to offer people. And I think that may come out in a little bit in the next card here.
I think that a lot of what that card says, though, it's for yourself, is that your mission is to connect for your own good.
Yes.
To see what that omen of hope is and what it will mean for your life and your mission.
Well, why is this important right now? Maybe too, because you really have found your way now. Maybe it is a time for you to just more dive in on a personal level and get more in tune with your family, with the star family. Why is this important? It's the Hierophant reversed.
You got to shake it up.
You got to shake it up. You know what? Any kind of book or Bible on this stuff, throw it out the window. This is a time to think outside the box and think differently about your mission to others and how you choose to do it.
It's a search and destroy mission. Where will it lead to?
You have all major arcana cards.
Oh my. Death. And it is upright.
Major transformation. So if you want information on your mission, maybe this is about transforming people's lives. Helping them change and grow is a big part of this mission. But also, that involves your own self-growth and your own willingness to change and shake things up in your world. Uh-oh.
Thank you for being a friend. The dog. traveling down the road, backing up again. I don't know if that's the lyrics. Okay. And then the birds. The bird's the word.
Well, wow. Just wow to this reading too. All our readings today have been, I don't know. And I mean, I got to thank the cards, basically, and thank the guides. But the thing is, you can trust that you are communicating effectively, that you will communicate well with others, that you will make some deep and lasting connections, either with the star family or with others through the mission you are undertaking.
Yeah, it seems to me like your mission is really connecting your truths and your loyalty.
Channeling. Could be.
It could be that. So it really gives you a big thumbs up for what you thought you were working on anyway. I mean, it just coincides.
Yeah. You're talking about the first card, the Star. This deck is really beautiful. I highly recommend it. It is very people-oriented, but it's so beautiful and evocative. You really do get the feel for the cards through this deck. And I like it. I like it for spiritual readings like this one, and some other readings too about people finding their way and finding their path. I think it's a nice deck for that. So.
Alrighty.
So that's what we have for you, Violet. Holy moly. Awful nice readings, I wish everybody success in their endeavors. Wow, thanks for all coming back in force today. Good turnout it ended up being. And sorry we couldn't read for you, Kara, but I think we read for you Thursday, so all good.
You'll just have to do with that.
For now. And come to the Unhappy Hour tonight.
Yes, everybody.
It is just a video reading, but we will be there live in the chat to talk through it. And the readings are very profound. If you can't come to it tonight, check it out when you can on our YouTube channel. It's
time-stamped, so in subsequent viewings, you can go directly to your elemental sign. So if you just want to read your water sign or
and
whatever.
go to the world reading at the end, that would be fine. So, okay.
So it's about 3.5 hours.
Yeah. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Do come back on Thursday. We're looking forward to reading for you again. Take care, everybody. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.